It was raining just before getting up, and when we start driving, we can guess the blue sky. We then drive the coastal road Route 19A north. Here it goes first along the water. After 80 kilometers we arrive at Miracle Provincial Park.
Viele Algen, ja.
Also here is gritty beach, and again tree material is wild on the beach around. Here are many picnic areas right on the water, ideal for a family outing.
Aber eine schöne Picknick-Area ist da schon. Ja, viele Familien können da sitzen. Und schön gemacht.
A few kilometers further north, the beach becomes sandy. In the first row are many small, colorful and nice holiday homes, and in between some RV sites. I still talk to a local about the trees on the beach. He says that this has to do with the many lumbering jobs in the area. When the trees are pushed by ship in a harbor, so many tribe dissolves. This is then driven by the tide to the beach. And because the trunks may have been in the water for so long, the salt water has hardened them and it can no longer be sawn because of its enormous hardness. Here in the area there are many beautiful RV sites and campsites. We find Salmon Point RV Park, a place right on the sea overlooking the water. Meanwhile, as it has a beautiful, clear and sunny sky, we spontaneously decide to stay here for 2 nights. Meanwhile, the clouds have almost completely disappeared, and we can see from our pitch on the up to 3,000 meters high mountains on the opposite mainland. The mainland seems close enough but is at least 50 kilometers away and separated by the Georgia Road. We drive from the campsite to Campbell River. Yesterday we heard from an insider that there is a salmon breeding station here. So we drive to the Quinsam River. We stop at a bridge over this river because we see some fishermen. They show us a forest path along the river, that we would see salmon. But only at a weird thousands of salmon bustle and jump up the salmon barrier. Sometimes you can see bears that only have to work in the shallow water.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ein echter Bär. Und was für einer. Oh, guck mal, der Hund. Oh.
We then see the bear in the middle of the driveway. He was probably waiting for us.
Man kann auch da auf dem Grund kann man sehen, da sind kleine Fische.
In the breeding station we can move freely. It is interesting that here the salmon are not bred at all. The 2.5-year-old salmon come up the river from the sea. At the salmon barrier they have access to a canal and thus to a reservoir of the breeding station.
Vielleicht müssen die so viel Kraft haben, dass sie mit erstmal da oben rein können, ja? Das wird wahrscheinlich die erste Stufe sein.
They are then taken out to spawn 3 times a week. The spawn is then kept with the seed in a special container, from which young salmon spring. These are then held here for half a year and then suspended. After 2.5 years they come back when they are big enough and mature. This is the cycle of a salmon's life. This produces about 500,000 salmon per year.
When you go over the suspension bridge, there's another viewing platform over, well, I guess it goes.
10 minutes later we're at the Elk River Fall parking lot. The water comes from a lake above, is dammed artificially there and passed through pipes in order to gain electricity from it. Another arm of the lake flows in the form of the Elk River towards the sea. At one point, the water plunges about 50 meters into the depths. The whole thing is pretty impressive.
Geht das ja ganz schön runter, mein lieber Herr Gesangverein.
For tourists, a suspension bridge was built here a few years ago.
Da haben sie eine Waagekonstruktion gemacht.
So you can observe the spectacle from there much better.
Soll ich mich jetzt da drauf wagen? Schaukelt ja ganz gut hier. Ich gucke nicht nach unten. Auf die gegenüberliegende Seite gucken, dann geht das schon. Das sieht hier nach gar nicht so viel Wasser aus, was da runterkommt. Nee. Ja, das ist ziemlich schmal.
Back in the city Campbell River. Now that it's raining, we went back to the river to find seals. As we heard, they are at the entrance to the river, where they have the freshest produce every day. The salmon comes into their mouth, so to speak. We also saw seals in some places, but these were not very friendly to people. By that we mean seeing a small whale in the Strait of Georgia, whose fin glides easily out of the water.
Das sind aber auch alte Kisten, mein lieber Herr Gesangverein.
This is the northernmost point of our voyage on Vancouver Island, and tomorrow it will slowly return to the south.